Hello and welcome to Network. My name is Sphumelele Zondi with your technology and social media news. Today we're coming to you from Catermanor. It's a township just outside Durban. If you want to be a part of our tech conversation, you can find us on SABC Network, and now that's on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It's a news network at sabc.co.za on email. Our Twitter poll this week is asking if you would survive without internet access. That's because the internet is 30 years old this week. But first, let's start with your technology and social media news. Here's what's coming up in the program. Go to Products of the Year. We find out about electronic SIM cards, and we discuss teaching coding in isiZulu. Now, Product of the Year took place recently, and some top tech brands were also some of the winners.
Product of the Year South Africa, a consumer-voted award for product innovation, has revealed the winners of the 2019 Product of the Year Awards. Determined by a national study of 40,000 consumers, winning products have been awarded as the most innovative products of the year in their respective categories.
I think essentially the consumer is the key decider of this winner. We go to 4,000 households and we speak to these consumers and try and understand which are the best tech products, which are the products that are making a difference in their lives. So the consumer makes 100% of the decision in terms of which is voted Product of the Year.
Huawei Mate 20 Pro won Product of the Year 2019 Innovation Award in the mobile category. It was recognized for its powerful performance, outstanding camera system, long battery life and striking design.
At Huawei, not just with the Mate 20 Pro, but we're always looking at innovation and how can we improve in technology and consumer lives. So the fact that our Mate 20 Pro has won this award, we are really honored, we're really excited about that. I mean, when the Mate 20 Pro launched, it launched with 7 world's first technologies, and we're always striving to be better and to improve. So the fact that our South African consumers have recognized this and have honored us with this award, we are really, really excited.
Dial Direct was another winner in the safety category.
Super honored to have been voted the best product of the year in the service category. So Dial Direct Payback essentially enables our clients to earn up to 75% cash back every single month just for driving right. And our customers out there voted in their thousands to acknowledge that this is the product of the year for 2019.
The winners are now able to use the distinctive red Product of the Year logo on packaging and marketing under license for a period of 12 months.
Imagine changing SIM cards from one to another, but without changing the physical card. Well, it's the time of electronic SIM cards. Producer Lebusi Jage tells us all about it.
As the world evolves into a more connected space, we are seeing a variety of advanced technologies such as the eSIM, otherwise known as the embedded SIM. What exactly is the so-called eSIM?
So embedded SIM is providing SIM is embedded. So it's not, it does not need any pairing between mobile phone and watch, right? Many times when we go to running, jogging in the morning or go to the gym, we don't need to bring the smartphone being paired through the Bluetooth. So if we go with only the Galaxy Watch, embedded SIM-based Galaxy Watch, then you don't need to bring smartphone.
And able to work on wearable devices such as smartwatches, the SIM has no physical packaging, pin or pack numbers. It is said to be programmable over the air via a QR code or via a server known as the SMDP Plus server.
What we're doing in the smart wearable side is just enabling it through the eSIM capability. So effectively it's an electronic SIM that's built into the actual smart wearable watch, and you can pair it between operating software. So you could have an Android watch and you could have an iOS device and you could still pair it.
A partnership by Vodacom and Samsung launched the eSIM technology in South Africa on the 12th of March 2019.
Innovation really works.
In the digital era, music is found just about everywhere. There are also new platforms in South Africa that give you music. Producer Sandile Hlangani has this one for us.
YouTube Music is a new streaming service made by YouTube. So it takes into account that musical culture that exists within music, and it's a huge part of our of the audience on YouTube. And we've taken all that knowledge and created a streaming service within the YouTube Music app that allows users to enjoy personalized music, discover really great new music, and surface incredible local talent as well. So there are definitely upsides to using the platform. So you're able to have music videos on YouTube Music, which you cannot get anywhere else right now. You get their live performances, covers and remixes for albums and singles, but also you're able to save those music videos offline. So for instance, there's a bunch of really cool dance moves that are coming up, and you know how young kids these days, they want to learn those dance moves. They don't have the data to possibly be watching that video all the time. They can save it offline and go watch it with their friends and learn those dance moves. So things like that. So there's an ad-free, there's a free version, so that you can use that the same way you can use YouTube Now for free. So there's that version. Then there's a premium version that you pay $59.99 for per month. But for the first 2 weeks that we're in market, anyone who signs up in the next 2 weeks will get 3 months free. And after that 3 months, it's $59.95 for a single user and $89.99 for a family plan, which is up to 6 people. And what it means right now is you're able to discover music that is incredibly wonderful, and you can also so if you're a Google Play Music user, for instance, right, you automatically get it. The same way you use Gmail, use your Gmail account to kind of exist in the Play Store. So you sign into the Play Store, you download Google Play Music, YouTube Music. I apologize. You sign up for, you get Google YouTube Music, and you're able to either use your credit card to pay, or you can use direct carrier billing. So if Telkom users, for instance, are able to pay with airtime in the Play Store, so you might also be able to use that to pay for stuff in the Play Store. So right now, the way YouTube works is we share advertising revenue with our partners. So subscription and advertising revenue will be shared with partners, and we have partnerships with various labels as well as collecting agencies. So we're making sure artists are definitely getting paid.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. After the break, we chat about teaching coding in isiZulu. Stay with us.
Momentum. It keeps us going even when life sets us back. With Momentum Car and Home Insurance, you can claim for hail and windscreen damage with the Momentum app and call for emergency services to protect you and your family. SMS HAIL to 42024 or speak to your financial advisor for a quote. That's why we're here for you.
Witness the exhilarating drama between the Morokas and the Mabasos in Generations The Legacy. Weekdays at 8 p.m. on SABC 1. Mzansi for sure.
Get the facts first.
In 1994, ek dink was ons almal was ook baie excited geweest.
For South Africa, art was never a good thing.
From a footballing point of view, there was never a separation.
Get to the truth.
There's still some serious issues in South Africa.
Maar ek dink die regering kan regtig probeer om harder te werk om
ke apartheid in Sutlile ke le ke swa ke batho ba rena ba democracy batho ba batsho iseng makgowa.
See what it all really means.
Ek is geel want dit is die kleur in die verkeerslig wat vir jou sê wees versigtig.
I still give South Africa red.
We are somewhere in between.
We're giving our democracy a green for sure. We're very happy.
But God,
Democracy Gauge, weekdays at 5:30 on SABC News, Channel 404.
What do you need when you cast your vote?
We need to have education.
We need a new model.
We need more justice.
We want to be employers.
We must clean up the ANC out of our system.
We are going to deal with corruption.
That's what we need to do.
For the answers, don't miss the all-new season of The Big Debate every Sunday at 7 p.m. on SABC News Channel 404 and SABC 2, starting 10th of March.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Welcome back. Today we're coming to you from Cater Manor, just outside Durban. Now, some of the kids from Umkhumbane Secondary School came up with isiZulu terminology that can be used when teaching how to code.
Being here was amazing. So, plus like, there were learners who couldn't understand like certain stuff about English, and like translating them and making them like into a language that they're more familiar like in, like isiZulu. It was like we just wanted to make it better for like just anyone, yeah, for like people that have problems with English to be able to also do scratch in isiZulu.
I remember very well, it was in grade 8. And so my friend joined Scratch actually, so I just wanted to know what's Winzalan. So yeah, well, so I joined it and I said, wow, this is actually great. This activates critical thinking. It's very innovative. And translating into isiZulu was quite hard because Zulu, like one word, to English, yeah, is confusing a little bit.
It's fun. I learned more things I didn't know before. Like, it's my first time using computer.
Code Makers is an initiative that teaches kids how to code. They now also do this in isiZulu. I'm going inside Umkhumbane Secondary School to find out how they do this. Wandile Makubane, hello and thank you very much for joining us. What are you doing here as Code Makers?
Here we're having a program. We are actually from Code Makers. Code Makers is a non-profit organization that works through empowering the youth through science and technology education. So Code Makers actually empowers people through partnership with schools, libraries and also community centers.
Tell us specifically about the program that you are running here in Umkhumbane Secondary School.
We do computer coding. We teach learners how to do computer coding, and we also make resources available to them. And we wish to do that and expand more to all South Africans.
And Wandile, why do you personally code, and how did you get into coding?
I developed an interest of loving computers a long time ago, so the reason I wanted to code, I was so curious when Justin first came into our school doing this thing with younger learners than me. Then I got so jealous. Why was I left out with it? And then I decided to say, okay, I'm here and I need a space, I need to do it. And then I started learning, and he taught me a lot about it.
What are the kids interested in? What do they want to do with the skills they gain here?
They're interested in a lot of things. They're interested in video gaming, doing experiments, logic, which actually improving their way of thinking, and also demanding them to think very creatively. And they also do problem solving, which requires them to find solutions for things if they don't work, and if they fail, which is good, and which you meant to fail that because it actually means that you did try something on using a computer.
How do you as code makers decide who can code?
Well, there's no limitations. Everyone can code. We just need them to come through, and then with their creativity, so we can all have coding education available to everyone.
Why are you teaching it in isiZulu?
There hasn't been much difficulty on teaching it isiZulu because most of our kids, they prefer doing it in English, and we let them do it in English. So it's much of their preference, because it's what learners want to do. We don't choose for learners.
I believe the kids were involved in some of the translations. Can you tell us about that process?
Oh, they did a great help. They've been such a huge help. The kids also with me Zulu, they did such a great job, because it's a bit of a struggle translating some terminology that you don't have in English to isiZulu. So it's been quite a hard thing to do, but we pulled it off.
What do you then hope the kids will achieve after this?
What we hope that the kids are able to choose career paths with the skills that we give them here. Computer science is seen as one industry that is dominated by male people. So it will actually raise awareness that we need more affirmative action going on in the industry and also in the technical sector.
So that means you feel more girls are needed then?
Females are seen as people that are not in the industry as if we speak right now.
Wandile Makubane, thank you very much for being a part of our network.
Just like fashion and music, dance is also one of my people's greatest art forms. You simply cannot call yourself an African if you cannot move your body to entertain and express yourself. From Dinaga and Kiba to Amazion in Moria, Ingoma Zomzabalazo, ballet and freestyle hip-hop, dance choreography remains one of those treasures I insist on exchanging from one generation to the next.
What inspired me to become a dancer is actually the fact that I was brought up in a township where there was a lot of activity happening in terms of political pressure. And we started a youth club for which we were keeping ourselves busy as the youth in the township. And I lived also close to a hostel, so we'll go there on Sundays and watch the hostel dwellers doing their indlamus and istratamiyas. So all those influences became actually my inspiration to dance, to choreograph. Choreography for me, it becomes really a calling because it's something that you do because there is a need and a burning desire for you to do something, to say something with your body, to say something with movement. And as we know that dance is really a non-verbal form. So we use movement to express our emotions, also to express, our dissatisfaction, to express also, to respond to our circumstances, what we see around us, also to respond to political pressures. So for me, choreography becomes really a statement on its own, because that's the point when you share your emotions with your audience.
First moved when I was in the States, and I thought that firstly I was the only black girl in auditions, and then thereafter I thought, we are not many black children are given the opportunity, and if I was able to excel and get all these bursaries and get all these jobs overseas, how many more children can be given that opportunity? And when I came back to work as a professional, I felt that I really needed to do something for my community, because if we really are always complaining about stuff and not changing it, it makes no difference, and we're always going to be in the same predicament.
If a person calls themselves an artist and they are not trying to address those kinds of issues, like human issues, the human condition on the African continent, and also they're not visionaries, like where they can say, okay, we have come so far because of this, and now we can move forward to this point if we do this, because an artist has the luxury to sit there and think about things. When everyone is going up and down, 9 to 5 and all of that, an artist is sitting there and observing, and we need to hear those observances from the artist, and that is how the artist can help.
We've heard it many times from female entrepreneurs that they aren't taken seriously, and Future Females is a worldwide network of women.
So we're creating a platform where these women come and they collaborate and they meet each other.
Have the Civil Aviation Authority announced when they'll be making some announcement with regard to findings?
The Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopian Airlines, he said they do not even know the magnitude of the situation.
Bring us up to speed with regard to the latest developments.
We now know there was a football official, there was a journalist, there were university professors.
Koko said his hands are clean and his detractors have ulterior motives.
South Africans have been solely done that Machela Koko had conflict of interest.
Our election website here on SABC is now live. What do you need when you cast your vote?
We need to have education. We need a new model.
We need more justice.
We want to be employers.
We must clean up the ANC out of our system.
We are going to deal with corruption.
That's what we need to do.
For the answers, don't miss the all-new season of The Big Debate every Sunday at 7 p.m. on SABC News Channel 404 and SABC 2, starting 10th of March.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Welcome back. Here's what took place in the rest of the world in the tech space.
China's Huawei Technologies on Thursday pleaded not guilty to a 13-count indictment filed in a New York federal court against the company, as tensions rose between the US and Beijing. Huawei, the world's largest telecommunications equipment maker, was charged with bank and wire.
We've heard it many times from female entrepreneurs that they aren't taken seriously, and Future Females is a worldwide network of women.
So we're creating a platform where these women come and they collaborate and they meet each other.
Have the Civil Aviation Authority announced when they'll be making some announcement with regard to findings?
The Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopian Airlines, he said they do not even know the magnitude of the situation.
Bring us up to speed with regard to the latest developments.
We now know there was a football official, there was a journalist, there were university professors.
Koko said his hands are clean and his detractors have ulterior motives.
South Africans have been so darling that Machela Koko had conflict of interest.
Our election website here on SABC is now live.
Did you know the big hole digging started in 1871 and ended on the 14th August 1914? The hole produced 2,722 kgs of diamonds. However, one diamond as huge as 490 carat of stone found in the open prior 1868 gave them the interest to dig. Extracted from 22.5 million tons of soil. Today, the hole sits at a breathtaking 214 meters deep. Kimberley Big Hole attracts tourists from all over the world, taking a vintage tram past the city, then cycling around the Big Hole.
Human development has been the cause of major destruction in nature. Ironically, it's this very development that could also be its saving grace. Such is the case of the paintbrush lily. Where they once thrived here in Stellenbosch, among others, it's estimated that less than 200 plants still exist in nature. This group of scientists has embarked on a mission to save the species.
Using science and technology, we can reverse the process of what's happened already and hopefully introduce more plants back into this environment and other environments where it occurred before. So, for example, there's a development around one of the schools nearby that we would like to introduce the plants into a wetland rehabilitation program. So, ideally, we would like to save this population, get it to be self-sustaining.
Taking nature into the concrete jungle structures of the university, they are using existing basic techniques to develop a new method of plant multiplication, a process similar to cloning.
Because it's so endangered, we don't want to destroy any of them, so we're hoping we can just use the leaves. And then from each little piece of the leaf, we're hoping we can make at least one or maybe two little bulblets by treating it with the right hormones, the right conditions, and then from that we can take those plants and then divide those again and make more. So micropropagation has the potential to make millions of plants from just one small sample.
And the next generation of scientists are already on board.
I think a lot of people go into medicine. That's the normal route, but BSc has a lot to offer. So genetics has always been an interesting one for me, actually determining what's going on inside our bodies on a molecular level.
If successful, specimens will be sent to botanical gardens around the world for safekeeping. And saving even the smallest paintbrush lily could one day prove to be the saving grace of the great balance of all life on Earth. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Stellenbosch.